Most people think they have more time with their dad. More birthdays, more phone calls, more Father's Days. Until one day, they realize the last conversation already happened. Jack Miller never had much money. He lived in a small town, drove an old pickup truck, worked long construction shifts, and came home exhausted every night. But no matter how tired he was, he always checked on his son before going to bed. His son Ethan was his entire world. Jack worked through pain, through rain, through sickness, just to give his son a better future. One day, young Ethan asked him, "Dad, why do you work so much?" And Jack smiled softly. "So one day, you won't have to." Years passed. Ethan grew up, moved to Chicago, became a successful corporate lawyer, and built the kind of life his father once dreamed about. Luxury apartment, expensive suits, important meetings. He finally made it. But somewhere along the way, he slowly stopped making time for the man who sacrificed everything for him. Every Sunday, Jack would call. And every Sunday, Ethan would say, "Hey, Dad, I'm busy. Can I call you later? Sorry, crazy week." Jack always answered the same way. "That's okay, son." But after every call, he sat alone in silence. One night, Jack left a voicemail. "Hey, buddy, just wanted to hear your voice." Ethan listened to it, but never called back. Then, Father's Day arrived. At work, Ethan watched coworkers posting old photos with their dads, laughing, smiling, visiting family. For the first time in years, he felt guilty. So he drove home, back to the small house, back to the quiet neighborhood, back to the man he hadn't truly seen in years. When Jack opened the door, his face lit up like a child on Christmas morning. Ethan? For a moment, nothing else mattered. That night, they sat together eating dinner like old times. Before bed, Jack handed Ethan an old wristwatch. Ethan laughed softly. "Dad, you still kept this thing?" Jack smiled. "It stopped working years ago, but it reminds me of the best years of my life." Later that night, Ethan searched for medicine in the kitchen drawer. That's when he found them. Unpaid hospital bills, cancer treatment papers, medical reports. His hands started shaking. He looked at his father. "Why didn't you tell me?" Jack stayed quiet for a moment, then softly said, "Because every time I called, you sounded too busy already." Those words broke something inside Ethan. Suddenly, all the memories came rushing back. His father skipping meals, working while injured, wearing old boots for years, sitting alone during holidays, sacrificing everything without asking for anything in return. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. For the first time in years, he realized his father was getting old. And for the first time, he was afraid. The next morning, sunlight filled the kitchen. Ethan smiled, finally ready to spend real time with his dad. He walked downstairs. "Dad?" No answer. "Dad?" Silence. Jack was sitting peacefully in his chair. Eyes closed. Gone. A cup of coffee sat untouched beside him. And in his hand was the old wristwatch. Ethan fell to his knees crying. Then he noticed a folded letter on the table. With shaking hands, he opened it. "Son, I was never afraid of getting old. I was only afraid of becoming someone you no longer needed. But no matter how busy life gets, never forget the people who loved you before you became successful. Love, Dad. Years later, Ethan sat beside his father's grave with his own young son. The little boy looked up and asked, "Was Grandpa proud of you?" Ethan held the old watch tightly. Tears filled his eyes. He was proud of me, even when I didn't deserve it. If your dad is still alive, call him today. Because one day, you'll wish you could hear his voice one more time.